Morning. We've got the daily lectionary reading for Saturday. That would be July 1, 2, 3. Uh, yes, it's pre-recorded. Sorry, no live on Saturdays. What do we have today? We've got Psalm 48. We have 2 Samuel 3, 31 to 38. And yes, you might have realized we jumped from 2 Samuel 3, 1 to 12, and then we jump all the way to 31 to 38. And we've left some other stuff out, even in there, but we'll get to that. And then Matthew 8, 18 to 22. But jump in Psalm 48. It says it's a psalm of the Korahites. Korahites were a Levitical family, clan, descended from Korath, I think the name was. Um, they were apparently, as near as we can tell, during the time of David, they were musicians. They did a lot of the music in the temple. So they were a priestly family. Okay. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised in the city of our God. His holy mountain, beautiful in elevation, is the joy of all the earth. Mount Zion in the far north, the city of the great king, within its citadels, God has shown himself a sure defense. Then the kings assembled, they came on together, and as soon as they saw it, they were astounded. They were in panic, they took to flight. Trembling took hold of them there, pained as of a woman in labor, as when an east wind shatters the ships of Tarshish. Try saying that. Shatters the ships of Tarshish. As we have heard, so we have seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God, which God establishes forever. We ponder your steadfast love, O God, in the midst of your temple. Your name, O God, like your praise, reaches to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is filled with victory. Let Mount Zion be glad. Let the towns of Judah rejoice because of your judgments. Walk about Zion, go all around it. Count its towers, consider well its ramparts, go through its citadels, that you may tell the next generation that this is God, our God, forever and ever. He will be our guide forever. All right. Now, before we get to the 2 Samuel passage, they skipped a lot. We do get where David is anointed king of Judah, but Abner, son of Ner, takes over Saul's army and makes Ishbaal, Ishbaal, Saul's son, and makes him reign over Israel, the southern, part of the northern kingdom. And the house of Judah followed David. So we had this split kingdom even before it officially split later. And then they skip to Abner defecting to David, which was yesterday's passage. But they skip something pretty important that's going to come back into play for today. Is this big battle of Gibeon. Um, so Abner, son of Ner, and the servants of Ishbaal, son of Saul, went out to Gibeon, and Joab, son of Zeruiah, and the servants of David went out and met them, and they had this battle. And the three sons of Zeruiah were there, Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. Now Asahel was as swift of foot as a wild gazelle, and he's pursuing Abner. And Abner keeps saying, "Look, dude, stop. Turn away. Go attack one of the younger men. I don't want to have to kill you." And Asahel kept coming and chasing him. And Abner twice turns around and says, "Stop. I don't want to strike you down." But Asahel keeps coming along. So in 2 Samuel 2:22, Abner said again to Asahel, "Turn away from following me. Why should I strike you to the ground? How then could I show my face to your brother Joab?" But he refused to turn away, so Abner struck him in the stomach with the butt of his spear, so that the spear came out his back. Ew. So hit him with the blunt end of the spear, but hit him so hard it came through. Um, and of course, Joab was not happy about that. So after Abner came and defected to David, yesterday's passage, and David told him to go ahead and leave in peace. Abner comes and finds out that, or Joab comes and finds out that David just let Abner go, and he couldn't believe it. So when Joab went out from David's presence, he sent messengers after Abner. We're in 326. And they brought him back from the cistern of Sarah, but David did not know about it. When Abner returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gateway to speak with him privately, and there he stabbed him in the stomach. So he died for shedding the blood of Asahel, Joab's brother. That's where we end up, and now Abner is dead. Then we get to today's passage, 2 Samuel 3:31 to 38. And then David said to Joab and to all the other people who were with him, tear your clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn over Abner. And King David, followed the bier. And they buried Abner at Hebron. The king lifted up his voice and wept at the grave of Abner, and all the people wept. And the king lamented for Abner, saying, should Abner die as a fool dies? Your hands were not bound, your feet were not fettered. As one falls before the wicked, you have fallen. And all the people wept over him. And then all the people came to persuade David to eat something while it was still day. But David swore, saying, so may God do to me and more if I taste bread or anything else before the sun goes down. And the people took notice of it, and it pleased them, just as everything the king did pleased all the people. So all the people and all Israel understood that day that the king had no part in the killing of Abner, son of Ner. The king said to his servants, do you not know that a prince and a great man has fallen this day in Israel? So David is fasting. They don't use that word. That's what he's doing. He's not eating. He's not partaking of any food in his grief for Abner. Now the New Testament passage, Matthew 8:18 to 22. It's a very brief one today, guys. Now when Jesus saw the great crowds around him, he gave orders to go over to the other side of the lake. A scribe then approached and said, teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. He's homeless. He's a traveling rabbi. And another of his disciples said to him, Lord, first let me go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, follow me and let the dead bury their dead, or bury their own dead. You got to sacrifice. Jesus is saying you have to sacrifice everything to follow him. You got to leave all that behind. That cannot be of your primary importance. Following the master, following the rabbi, following Christ should be of primary importance. Come before everything else. That is our daily lectionary reading for Saturday, July 3rd. Hey guys.